Okay, what's next? Let's look at best practices and recommendations as part of what the Park Service likes to tell the public is a working marriage of wildlife and agriculture. Right. The 2019 grazing plan included recommendations for reducing ranching impacts on the wildlife. Well, isn't that great? The problem is these recommendations were first provided in a 1999 report and again in a 2015 report. And yet, after 20 years, rather than being in practice, these recommendations continue to be recommendations, otherwise known as lip service. Documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act showed that even concerned locals wrote in encouraging the Park Service to take action. Reasonably, at this stage, one might be asking why a Park Service insists on not enforcing wildlife-friendly practices. Indeed, why, of all places, is a national seashore failing to replace the problematic, tall, barbed wire fences with wildlife-friendly fences, which would be better for both ranchers and the animals? Why is the seashore covered with open feeding troughs, which have been proven to promote the population levels of non-native birds, which in turn impacts the native species of birds? Why are the ranchers still mowing down spring babies just as they are entering the world during their annual silage harvest, despite studies proving this to be a problem to the population levels of native birds and other animals? And while it is important to have the statistical data proving that this is a problem to the bird populations, let's not lose sight of the raw, horrific fact that living animals are being chopped up in mower blades. Native animals trying to survive in a national seashore. Some ranchers tried to deny this, but the studies have documented the carcasses, and my own eyes have bared witness, while my video footage provides proof for those who were not there. The number one threat to the snowy plover is the common raven, which preys upon this bird and raids its nests. So while it's fine to appreciate the signs that the Park Service puts up on the beach during the snowy plover nesting season, let's not forget that the very existence of the ranches is the number one reason the snowy plovers are threatened in the first place. This rancher, concerned with the evidence I was getting with my camera, came over to see what was going on and unwittingly provided even more evidence to the problem. Even as we watched the feast for the ravens that his own actions were providing, he referred to the ravens as pests and complained about how they were killing the barn owls on his property. Was he truly not making the connection, or just in denial of his role in the problem? What do you think those ravens are doing?
They're looking for anything they can eat. They're a real pest. We've got them up at the ranch. And, they got a couple around there, but I got to watch them. We've got barn owls in the barn and horned owls up in the cypress trees. Last year they got into the horned owls, and I think the barn owls too.
You saying the ravens are killing the barn owls?
Yeah, they'll steal the eggs and probably even go after the chicks. But I see the barn owls, they're staying real close to the nest this year.
Which ranch is that?
Huh?
Which ranch is that you're talking about?
Up here.